Okay, video today is about daring to fail. It's not bad to fail. It's not the worst thing in the world to fail in something. It's okay to fail. Matter of fact, and my car keeps talking to me. The way I learned that the hard way. I will be honest, I didn't learn it within like a week or a day. I learned it over a course of almost 10 years, a decade. You need to understand a decade of trying, failing, getting depressed, trying again, failing again. But it was about finding my own space, my own speed in life, that got me into finding my own rhythm. So what got me into accepting failure was lots and lots of therapy. I needed someone else from the outside looking in to acknowledge that things, my way of thinking, some of the thought processes that I had were a little bit too extreme or not real enough. So my therapist really helped me, like breaking my habits, breaking my thought processes, first of all into smaller chunks so I could like look at it piece by piece, but also breaking the cycle that I got myself stuck into multiple times, so I could look at it in a fresh view and really understand, like, oh, okay, this is when I think about this and I start thinking about this eventually will happen. It was a if this then that situation most of the time, but again, it still took me like 10. Well, I have been in real therapy in like I started therapy now 5 or 6 years ago. Okay, I think five-ish years ago. But like really extensive therapy I've done for the past like 4 or 5 years for real. There have been periods that I, for like a few months, 6-7 months, that I didn't do anything, and then consistently at least once every 2 months has been a case for the past 5 years or so. And those therapy sessions really made the difference between wanting to better myself firstly, and secondly realizing that it's going to come from me and not someone else, if I want to make steps towards my future, steps forward. What do I mean by that? For example, I used to love studying. Then I got really distracted by my phone. But the distraction of my phone, I came to realize a few years later, was not because I didn't want to study. It was not because the phone was more interesting than studying. It was because I was afraid of what would happen if I studied and then failed an exam. Because from the moment I started failing my first exam, that stress, that fear of failure, that pressure to always perform, that really started building up. I didn't feel any kind of pressure until like the age of 15, because everything was simple, everything was easy. But from the moment I started failing in like high school, that's when things started to kick in, and it just got exacerbated when I got into university, because I didn't have the pressure from outside to actually do my homework. They told me you have between this and this time and you better get it done. And because that pressure, everything was all on me, it was easier for me to just let everything go. And I had to come to terms with, oh, okay, it's not that I'm lazy, it's not that I don't want to study, it's because I'm afraid of a I'm afraid of a thing that doesn't exist yet. I'm forming this kind of theory in my mind of what would happen if I try to fail before it even happened, making me not wanting to do it or even try, and then failing anyway. And again, therapy really helped me getting to that cycle of doom thinking, and that cycle of like making it quit. It really helped me break through that cycle of overthinking, breaking through of that cycle of doubting myself. So if I'm going to give my younger self any advice, it would be to start from the moment I started pushing everything off for studying and etc. To start therapy. The sooner the better, because that really made a difference for me. If you want to do something that can help you right now, I think that's going to be your hardest thing yet, is half an hour, just half an hour. Set a timer. The first 15 minutes of that half an hour, just sit there and do absolutely nothing. You can just sit there, right? And you will feel your mind starting to race around. Okay, then after a while it will calm down. And if you feel at a certain moment that there is a certain peace in your mind, as if the wave that was like this became one flat line all of a sudden, then you can move on to the next step, which is writing down all the things that you want to get done in the coming week. Then the next step would be to just pick 5 or 6 things to start off, 6 things maximum that you want to do today, and then another 6 for the next day, and everything needs to take at least half an hour or you won't get there. Half an hour, because if you struggle with time management, take as much time for each task as you not think, but what you will require eventually. So if you think a task, setting up or writing down an email or sending an email will take you only 5 minutes, even then take like 30 minutes in your time space, and you will notice that once that first email goes, you'll be busy with the next 7 emails, because you are thinking to yourself, oh, I still got 30 minutes left to do any emails. So now instead of one task, you've done 7 tasks at once, because you know, oh, I've done this in so many time in this quick over time, I still got this amount of time left, let me just do anything related to this stuff until the 30-minute timer goes off, and I can move on to the next thing, and I still have done a lot of things. So that's the video of today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what helped you realizing that failure is not too bad, and we'll talk to each other soon. Bye.